everybody, good morning. John here, Hall of Justice Comics. It is Thursday, July 8th. Getting back into the FOC Roundup videos. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out with us and be silly and watch these videos. I don't know, I mean, if the videos help you with your order information, we'll keep doing them. If not, it takes up a lot of time, so you let me know. Give me some feedback. The whole purpose of doing this was to get some content onto YouTube for folks that weren't on Facebook as a social media platform, and we have like 2 people that ever comment or do anything on the YouTube channel. Thank you for those of you that do, but it's a lot of time and effort and work and editing and stuff for a couple of responses. So this post that you see behind me is something that is typed up, ready to go. This week it was ready this morning. Sometimes it's ready Wednesday night. But this is never going to stop, this little write-up behind me. This is the bread and butter of our FOC post. It's shared usually Thursday morning to Facebook, so you can go to hallofjusticecomics.com/blog. You can click on that blog button right here, right there. That will take you to this post right here. You can see all the subsequent posts from previous weeks there on your left. But we're talking about stuff today that's going to be on FOC Sunday, July 11th for DC books, and Monday, July 12th for everything else. We request that your orders come into us, whether they're comments on the YouTube video, whether they're comments on the Facebook post, emails. We would appreciate it if you could just do it in one spot. Like if you would comment on the Facebook post, that's the best. Please don't comment on this live video. We had an incident about a month ago where Facebook pulled our video because they said that we were in violation of their selling guidelines on Facebook, which is, this show is, yeah, it's kind of taking pre-sales, but it's not, we're not really selling you anything. We're informing you of stuff that's coming out. But as a result of that, we're asking folks not to comment for what they would like on this video. Instead, if you look at the description of this video on Facebook or on YouTube, there's a link that'll double back to the Facebook post, and you can make all of your requests there. And as long as you have them in either Sunday, July 11th or Monday, July 12th, you will be good to go, barring shortages, damages, etc. from the publishers and the printers and the distributors. So it's as close as we can get to a perfect system. If you'd like to subscribe to anything that you see that we're going to talk about today, please comment sub with the title, and that will get the entire series added to your hold slot here at the store. If you just want to pull a copy, if you're not sure whether you're going to like it or not, you can comment pull. Please include the title, the cover that you would like to pull, and the quantity that you would like to pull. So if you want to get 25 copies of Skybound X #1 second print, which is a cover by Jorge Corona, to get the 1 in 25, message us. We can talk about that. We'll definitely entertain that. Sub and pull are the 2 keys that you want to use there. And the last thing I want to call attention to is this little gem right here. The covers that are in bold. It did not have images at the time that I wrote this up last night / this morning. And I'll show you how you can check all of that stuff throughout the weekend, I guess I should say. So let's get into it. From Dark Horse this week, tying into the Mignola-verse, comes The Golem Walks Among Us, Tales from the Outerverse, which is all kind of spearheaded by Mr. Mike Mignola. The Golem has a long memory. After being awakened from his long sleep in a shrine in Eastern Europe, Joseph the Golem aids in the fight against the witches that once again terrorize humanity. Deployed to a small village where a cult has taken root, Joseph encounters not only witches but an old enemy who remembers him well and is out for vengeance. Mike Mignola, Christopher Golden continue the legacy of Lord Baltimore's world in another tale from the Outerverse, with art by Peter Bergting and colors by Michelle Madsden. 2 covers available, the one on the left and the right are both by Peter Bergting, who is the interior artist on the book. This is the 3rd, because they had Kojikaru the Skinner, there was the Imogen of the Wording Way, and now you've got The Golem Walks Among Us, and you'll notice the B cover right here connects to those other 2 books, which is pretty cool. So, Golem Walks Among Us, #1 of 2. It's a 2-issue miniseries, okay? I'm pretty jazzed about this next one. I'm a huge Cullen Bunn fan, especially when he does his creator-owned horror stories, and this is the newest one that is coming out. He's on fire right now. He's got Basilisk at Boom. We'll what's the other one? Parasomnia at Dark Horse, and now we've got Lucky Devil also at Dark Horse, 4-issue miniseries. A down-on-his-luck schlub is possessed by a malevolent demon. Just when he thinks things can't get worse, the exorcism goes wrong, and he finds that somehow he's retained all of the entity's supernatural gifts. After a path of revenge on all the people that have wronged him, he begins to gather worshippers and form a cult, because that's what you do when you can't get rid of the demon inside of you. But the legions of hell don't take kindly to this, and they send demonic agents to murder the schlub turned god before he gains too much power. That sounds amazing. Make sure you check out this book. Lucky Devil #1 of 4, written by Cullen Bunn with art and cover by Fran Galan. $3.99 for that fun little trip down demon possession and exorcism gone wrong. It just sounds fun. From DC this week, we've got Batman #111. Mayor Nakano announces a crackdown on masked vigilantes just as the magistrate moves against the Unsanity Collective. Batman attempts to avert a bloodbath while the Scarecrow makes his final move. Fear State is about to begin. Backup story, Ghostmaker makes his most gruesome adversary yet, the horrific Razor Line. So that sounds like there is going to be a new first appearance in this issue right here, kids. The main cover on the far left is by Jorge Jimenez, and that's pretty spectacular. The B cover right here by me is by Lucio Perillo. No, I'm sorry, is by Gabriel Delato. That's how I feel when I'm sitting in my chair getting ready to do FOC on Monday. I'm just like, oh, who said Martha? Who wants the Martha comics? And then this week of DC FOC books features the Suicide Squad variants, the first of which on the far left there is by Mr. Lucio Perillo with a very happy Harley and a polka dot man. Just can't get enough of Dave Dasmalchi and this polka dot man. So 3 covers for Batman 111, A, B by Delato, and C by Perillo. All 3 of them are pretty solid there. Next from DC, we've got Green Lantern #5 as Far Sector's Joe Moline begins to investigate the suspects most likely responsible for the destruction of the Green Lantern Corps. She winds up face to face with one of its greatest enemies, Mr. Sinestro. Was this the former Green Lantern's plan all along? Did he destroy the Green Lantern's central power battery so his Sinestro Corps could take over the empty sectors of space? While Joe searches for answers, John Stewart attempts to fight his way out of the uncharted and unregulated dark sectors of space with no ring to help protect or guide him. Searching for the other missing lanterns, John realizes they may not all make it home. Cover A on the far left over there is by Bernard Chang. Cover B right here beside me is Beautiful by Juliette Neneka. I hope I'm saying her name right. And again, we have a cover C, Suicide Squad variant cover right there featuring Javelin, Polka Dot Man, and look at all those Starros. That one is by Felipe Massafera. So 3 covers for Green Lantern #5. Next from DC comes Joker Presents a Puzzle Box #1 of 7. It's story time. The Gotham City PD discovers a mysterious corpse, a magical box, and a murderer's row of the city's most dangerous villains sitting in a jail cell. Now all they need to figure out is what exactly happened. Fortunately, one suspect is willing to talk. Unfortunately, it's the Joker. Bum, 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 wah. Now, superstar writer Matthew Rosenberg, magnificent artist Jesus Marino, and a multitude of rising star artists invite you to spend the night in the Gotham Central interrogation room for a dozen tales of murder, mayhem, and mystery, as told by the Clown Prince of Crime himself. Can you solve this puzzle before the sun comes up? Cover A on the far left over there is by Mr. Chip Zdarsky. Cover B right here beside me is by Riccardo Federici. And cover C by Christopher Mooneyham. Joker Presents a Puzzle Box #1 of 7. So it's kind of an anthology book with stories as told by the Clown Prince of Crime. It sounds fun. Next from DC comes Suicide Squad #6. Bloodsport's first mission with the squad goes pear-shaped as the crime syndicate captures Amanda Waller's agent on Earth 3. By sending in a team to bring Bloodsport home, Waller may also be able to extract another Suicide Squad member for her new team, if she plays her cards right and doesn't care who else she loses in the process. As part of the team heads into the multiverse, Peacemaker gets a new assignment to track down and eliminate Levi Kamei, the new Swamp Thing. 3 covers available. The A cover on the far left there is by Eduardo Pancia. Cover B right here, I don't know if that's the Gerald Perel cover or if that's the Suicide Squad variant by Jorge Molina, but it's one of those 2 variants. They're going kind of all in on Bloodsport since he's making his debut in the new Suicide Squad movie. I think that he's played by Idris Elba. So there's definitely 3 covers for this book. One of those is not available, but I'm not positive which one is which. So we're going to call that cover B by Gerald Perel, and the cover C Suicide Squad variant is missing with a cover by Jorge Molina. Okay? This is a bummer because this book hasn't even come out yet, and I have to FOC issue number 2. We've got Superman and the Authority number 2 of 4. Clark Kent and Manchester Black continue to put Superman's new team together, even though keeping Black in check seems like just as difficult a job as convincing the new recruits to come along. The pair hits different parts of the world looking for different types of heroes. While Midnighter, Apollo, and Natasha Irons only need to tie up some loose ends before getting on board, the Enchantress is going to be a little harder. Superman is going to have to set her free from a deadly illusion hell-bent on destroying her before she can help him save the universe. Cover A on the far left is by Mikhail Janin. Cover B right here beside me is by Trevor Hairsine. $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 respectively. So, and again, this is where Superman, the singular titled Superman series is coming to an end. It's transitioning into Superman and the Authority and Superman Son of Kal-El. So if you are subbed to Superman, you're going to have both of these in your hold slot unless you tell us you don't want them. So from IDW this week, continuing their Best of series, we've got TMNT Best of Casey Jones #1, just a one-shot. Is Casey Jones the disturbed vigilante or the Turtles' best pal? Why not both? Featuring stories from across multiple publishers, dig into this collection of the best stories of the TMNT's most unpredictable ally for $5.99. Also from IDW comes Transformers King Grimlock, #1 of 5. King Grimlock begins. Grimlock, the beloved powerhouse T-Rex with an attitude and one of the strongest Cybertronians in existence, finds himself magically transported to a world of fantastical beasts and strange powers. In this savage world where the strong rule with a sword and iron, Grimlock finds a new opportunity to prove he's the strongest there is. But as Grimlock and the human barbarian Arco will learn, sometimes brute strength isn't enough. Written by Steve Orlando, with art by Agustin Padilla, King Grimlock features the iconic Transformers character in a solo adventure through a world of swords and sorcery unlike anything you've ever seen. Cover A on the far left, no stranger to sword and sorcery. That cover is by Mr. Kerry Nord. The B cover right here beside me is by Agustin Padilla, so that's what the book's going to look like on the inside. A and B, Transformers King Grimlock, #1 of 5. All right, kids, I'm excited about this one. We had a chance to read an advanced copy of this because we are doing a store exclusive. This is The Me You Love in the Dark, #1. Written by Scotty Young, who, of course, has done I Hate Fairyland, Deadpool. He's writing Strange Academy. And artist Jorge Corona, friend of the shop, #1 with a Bullet, Super Sons, and Feathers. They follow up their critically acclaimed series Middle West with a brand new haunting tale that is part romance, part ghost story. An artist named Ro retreats from the grind of the city to an old house in a small town to find solace and inspiration without realizing the muse within is not what she expected. Fans of Stephen King and Neil Gaiman will enjoy this beautiful, dark, and disturbing story of discovery, love, and terror. Cover A over there is by my man Jorge Corona. Cover B right here is our Hall of Justice store exclusive that is drawn by Jorge's wife, Morgan Beam. So we will have both of those available for you. The A cover is $3.99. Our store exclusive is $14.99. Jorge and Morgan will both be here on Free Comic Book Day, August 14th. So we will have CGC Signature Series folks here witnessing autographs. You can get this copy signed by the husband and wife duo. Get it CGC Signature Series gold labeled. and maybe have it back in time for St. Patrick's Day next year. I don't know, but we're super excited. Morgan killed it on that cover. So again, it just has an A cover over there on the far left. There's a few other store exclusives that are out there for the Me You Love in the Dark. Ours is going to be a virgin cover, just like you see right there on your screen. There will be no trade dress, no artist, no image logo, none of that stuff. It will look exactly like that. So we're pretty jazzed. Come check it out, and then come to the store on August 14th for Free Comic Book Day. Meet Jorge and Morgan, and have them sign some stuff for you. So that's all I have to say about that. Next from Image this week comes Trover Saves the Universe #1 of 5. For fans of Rick and Morty and Mega Man, particularly Rick and Morty because it's created by one of the Rick and Morty creators. A new limited series filled with mystery, murder, and mayhem from fan favorite author Tess Stone, set in the world of Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland's hit video game series Trover Saves the Universe. Welcome to the ICJ, the Important Cosmic Jobs, where the boss ranks employees, and at the end of each month, the worst employee literally gets the axe. It's not a great gig, but when ICJ's top eye-hole monster winds up dead, the company's most inept and rival employees, Clover and Bo, are falsely accused of his murder and hunted by the space cops. Now they must clear their names and unravel a conspiracy that reaches to the very top. That is, if they don't kill each other first. Cover A on the far left is by Tess Stone. Cover B right here beside me is by Justin Roiland and Tess Stone. Rick and Morty creators present Trover Saves the Universe #1 of 5 from Image. From Marvel this week, all right, here we go. Black Panther is getting a reboot. Everybody saw that coming. New creative team, new direction. The Long Shadow starts here. Academy Award-winning writer John Ridley and Stormbreaker artist Juan Cabal launch an all-new Black Panther series with an action-packed espionage story that will upend everything in T'Challa's life and have ramifications for the entire Marvel universe. I cannot talk this morning. Secrets from T'Challa's past have come back to haunt him. Fresh from returning from his travels in space, Black Panther receives an unexpected and urgent message from a Wakandan secret agent. Now T'Challa must race the clock not only to save his agent, but also to keep his true agenda under wraps. Because if the truth comes out, it could cost T'Challa everything. With a main cover by Alex Ross, a video, which is going to be a wraparound cover over there on the far left, a video game variant by NetTease, that's pretty dope, a headshot variant by Todd Knock over there on the far left, a variant cover by John Romita Jr. right here beside me, and of course, Scotty Young, writing the Me You Love in the Dark, doing a cover for Black Panther. Lots of action for Scotty this week. Black Panther #1 with the Scotty Young cover. Okay, this next one is going to be a banger too. We've got this is what the third Black, White, and Blood series. This time featuring the Merc with a Mouth, Mr. Deadpool. Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood #1 of 5, like a classic black and white movie, but with way more blood. What's black and white and red all over? 3 blood-drenched tales of violence and mayhem led by Marvel's mirthful mercenary himself, Mr. Deadpool. You want to see today's top talent take it to the hilt to bring you the wildest Wade Wilson adventures yet? This is the book for you. It's as plain as black and white and red, with a main cover by Adam Kubert on the far left, a variant cover right here beside me by Mr. Kyle Hotz, and a variant by James Stocco that we don't have an image for, which is why it is up here in bold. $4.99, Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood, #1 of 5. Next from Marvel comes Extreme Carnage Lasher #1. So all of these Extreme Carnage books are one-shots, but they're telling a larger 8-part story in total. So this is Extreme Carnage Lasher #1. Witness the birth of a new symbiote. 4 issues into the Carnage event of the summer, and the bodies just keep piling up, including some of the Venomaniacs the mighty Marveldom know and love. But now is not a time to mourn for fallen heroes or their symbiotes. Carnage is on the loose, and he's building an army, with a main cover on the far left there by Scan, a connecting cover by Jeff Johnson that connect to all of them, but we don't have an image for it because it is right here in bold, and a variant cover right there by Mr. Scotty Young. That's 3 things that he's got his hand in on FOC this week, okay? All right, moving on. Next, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1. Hercules has always been known as the Prince of Power. Hercules, Hercules. That is until a younger prince showed up to outmuscle him. With the aid of an all-powerful Infinity Stone, even a complete idiot can develop the quads, delts, and abs of the Prince of Power. But why was it this idiot? Focus on your core, true believers. The answers will shock you to it. Also, in this issue, we've got part 7 of 8 of Infinite Fury, with a main cover right there by Mr. Mike McKone and a connecting cover by Mr. Ron Lim, but we don't have an image for that for Marvel this week. Marvel's really sucking this week for images. But again, I type it up early so that you guys at least have a guide to go off of to inform your ordering habits. So, give me one sec. I got a cough and I don't feel good. Next from Marvel, we've got Spirits of Vengeance, Spirit Rider #1. It's just a one-shot. She's like no Ghost Rider you've ever seen. She is Kushala, a sorcerer supreme, a spirit of vengeance, and the savior of Johnny Blaze's soul. Blaze has been through a lot lately, from ascending the throne of hell to nearly murdering his former allies on the Avengers, but his nightmare is far from over. Something or someone is haunting him, and only a Ghost Rider with the powers of a sorcerer supreme can find out why. The dynamic writing duo of Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas and B. Earl expand the Rider mythos with an action-packed special that will kick off a brand new era of vengeance. Kushala is about to be the hottest thing in hell, with a main cover on the far left by Takashi Okazaki and a variant cover right here beside me by Javier Rodriguez. Both of those are $4.99, just a one-shot, but again, it's going to lead into something bigger coming up pretty soon. Next from Marvel, tying into War of the Bounty Hunters, comes the Forlom and Zuckuss #1 one-shot. Just a one-shot. Zuckuss battles Forlom, War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in. Together, lethal droid Forlom and Grand Findsman Zuckuss. That's a great title. I'm the Grand Findsman John. Make an unparalleled bounty hunting team. Yet a brutal battle with Boba Fett has divided them. Lost and alone on the crime-infested streets of Nar Shaddaa, Zuckuss faces down an utterly transformed Forlom, but why is his old friend out for blood? The answer may lie in the past, from an early mission that helped forge their formidable partnership. Daniel Jose Older and Kai Zama's one-shot is the second of 4 action-packed War of the Bounty Hunters tie-ins about the criminal underworld's most notorious hunters and scoundrels, all told by the best Star Wars writers and illustrators in the galaxy. Main cover on the far left over there is by Mahmoud Asrar. There is a wanted poster variant by David Nakayama, but we don't have an image for that, which is why it's up there in bold. And then you have a variant cover by Kai Zama for $4.99 for any of those 3 covers. Okay? From AWA this week comes Not All Robots #1. In the year 2056, robots have replaced human beings in the workforce. Isn't that now? Isn't that happening now? An uneasy coexistence develops between the newly intelligent robots and the 10 billion humans living on Earth. Every human family is assigned a robot upon whom they are completely reliant. What could possibly go wrong? Meet the Walters, a human family whose robot Razorball, first off, that's a horrible name because he's going to kill you, ominously spends his free time in the garage working on machines, which they're pretty sure are designed to kill them, in this sci-fi satire from Mark Russell and Mike Deodato Jr. The main cover that you see on the far left over there is by Raza. The variant cover right here by me is, of course, it's a swipe to American Gothic by Mr. Mike Deodato. Not All Robots #1. From Ablaze this week, Maria Lovett is on fire, and she has a new series called Porcelain. Beryl's life in the desert, living with her aunt and her cat, is relatively simple, until the day she finds and enters the dollhouse. Stuck inside an ever-changing mystery house that hunts children and turns them into dolls, Beryl goes on a psychedelic journey where she must face the notion of her own limitations and move past them, before she becomes the building's newest prey. Porcelain is a labyrinth of a psychologically thrilling experience told in a way that only acclaimed creator Maria Lovett from Faithless and Heartbeat can tell it. With, that's weird, OBS just disconnected and reconnected. So hopefully we are still Streaming live, maybe. Let's see. That's bizarre. I've never seen that happen before. Let's see. Yeah, we're still live, I think. That's bizarre. I've never seen that happen before. Let's see. Yeah, we're still live, I think. Okay, cool. All right, let me get out of here. Hi, guys. Okay, so... Oh, shh. You shut up, John. That's me. When will then be now? Soon. Okay, cover A on the far left is by Maria Levette. Cover B with the kitty cat and the eyeball skulls is by Casper Wingard. Cover C down here, I gotta keep scrolling up, I'm sorry, is by Yishan Lee, right there on the far left. Cover D right here is by Tyler Boss. And cover E, look at that. That is a Batman Harley Quinn homage by Miss Sabine Rich. So 5 very cool covers for Porcelain #1. From Dynamite this week, we have Elvira meets Vincent Price #1. The duo... Yay, Randy says. Duo you would never expect to see. The two titans of horror and comedy unite in comics for the very first time. Dynamite proudly presents Elvira meets Vincent Price. Elvira's back with her most historic and greatest co-star ever. The ghost of Vincent Price is a spirit with a mission, and only the Mistress of the Dark can help. The apocalypse is coming, and it's going to be live streamed for binge watching, but a long-lost movie can save the world. If only the movie star, Spectre, and the horror hostess with the mostest can find it in time. Thrills, chills, and all sorts of terrible puns. Issue #1 features an all-star cast of cover artists. Let's run through them right now. On the far left, you have cover A by David Acosta. He's a customer of our store, not the artist. There's another guy by the name of David Acosta who's a customer of the shop. It's just kind of funny. Cover B right here beside me with the big Elvira eyes by Juan Samu. Cover C on the far left is by John Royal, channeling a little bit of Campbell there. And cover D, the photo cover. Don't eat that popcorn, Elvira. Cover F, we've also got a blank cover, so you can draw something on that or have someone draw on that for you. So Elvira meets Vincent Price. Next from Dynamite comes Kiss Phantom Obsession #1. Kiss comics are back. Super Friends Dynamite proudly presents the best because you wanted the best. Darius chose the richest man in existence and the most reclusive. To many, he's a ghost, a phantom. Whilst others believe he doesn't exist and is actually a front for a maze of companies and consortiums. Truth is, he does exist, and he's a Kiss fan. Kiss are hired by Cho to play a private party, and from there, Cho's obsession takes center stage, and it's the fight of the band's life. Featuring the most metal of heavy metal covers by superstar artists, let's get down to it. A cover on the far left is by Jay Lee. B cover looks like Sienkiewicz, but it's not. That's Stuart Sager. Cover C, Tim Seeley. I don't like that robot lady's weird neck. Cover D right here by me is by someone with just one name of Salor. And then cover A, what did we say? A, B, C, D. Cover E right there is the photo cover. Kiss, lighting candles in the snow. Okay, Phantom Obsession #1. From Action Lab comes Citizen #1. A journalist tries to cope with being the only non-superhuman in a city full of costumed heroes and villains. That would just suck. To be the only one out of a whole group. Like, you can't do anything except for write a story about us, turds. Cover right there is by Alexander Jovic. That's also the interior artist. The Citizen #1. From Oni Press this week comes Invader Zim Dookie Loop Horror One-Shot. I don't even know what that means. What is a Dookie Loop? It sounds disgusting. Up in the sky, something blue approaches, and it smells horrible. It turns out that interdimensional creatures called chrono dumpers eat time and use our dimension as a toilet, creating an infinite time loop of poop. There is no escape from the time poop loop, forcing Dib and Zim to live the same terrible day forever. They wake, the tuxedoed pig farts, and then the world ends. And the key to fixing the loop is Gurr. We are all doomed. Cover A on the far left over there is by Aaron Alexovic. Cover B right here beside me is by Cole Ott. And cover C, there he is, the tuxedo pig, is by Jonan Vasquez himself. So that's pretty cool. Invader Zim, the Dookie Loop Horror #1, just a one-shot. That's it. Okay? From Zenoscope this week comes Grim Red Agent Beast of Belgium #1, which is just a one-shot. It's 1914, World War I in Belgium. A terrible creature stalks the battlefields, ripping the throats from soldiers and tearing their bodies to pieces with massive fangs and claws. Could it be a werewolf? Whispers of the beast of Belgium run through the terrified ranks of soldiers on both sides of no man's land. Paris, the present, the bodies of gang members are being found with their throats ripped out and the bodies mangled, and rumor spreads that the beast has somehow returned. Brittany Waters, aka Red Agent, is tasked with finding out the truth behind these murders and the mysterious beast, a mission that just might cost her her life. Cover A on the far left over there is by Igor Vitorino. Cover B, someone with the last name of White. And cover C down here is by Ale Garza, Booty for Days. All three of those covers are $5.99, just a one-shot. Grim Red Agent Beast of Belgium #1. Also from Zenoscope, we have Tales of Terror Quarterly Bachelorette Party #1, again just a one-shot. Over the centuries, it's become customary to celebrate the bride-to-be with one last crazy night, bidding farewell to her old life. But when a group of friends decides to honor the upcoming marriage of one of their own with a classic bachelorette party, things begin to unravel and they quickly realize that some traditions are best left in the past. Be sure not to miss out on the supersized 72-page Party to Die For, with a cover A on the far left over there by Igor Vitorino. Cover B, last name, I think it's Riviero. Cover C on the far left, I think is by Martin Dipescale. And cover D right here beside me, that's no bachelorette party in a graveyard. That's scary. By El Tabanas. $8.99 for that 72-page one-shot. Okay? What a deal, Randy. All right, kids, that brings us to our subsequent print speculation section. This is a little segment where we feature second, third, fourth, fifth printings of books that are on FOC. If you missed out on a first print copy, here's your chance to get a second print, third print, etc. A lot of times these subsequent prints have much smaller print runs than the originals, and as such can command a higher value on the secondary market, sometimes before they even come out. So from Black Mask, we have God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes #1, second print. Issue 1 just came out yesterday. We've got plenty of copies on the rack, so come down, get a first print. If you like that second print, you can get one of those too. I'm not going to judge you. From Image, this one also just came out yesterday. This is the second print of Skybound X #1, but it's got our boy Jorge Corona cover on there. And doesn't that look like a Swamp Thing monster? This guy right here. That looks like a Swamp Thing zombie to me, kids. Skybound X #1, second print by Jorge Corona. Next, Stray Dogs is getting their final set of prints. It's only a 5-issue miniseries, man, and #1's getting a 5th print. It's crazy. Stray Dogs #1, 5th print. It's in bold because we don't have an image. #1, 5th print also has a blank cover, so you can get somebody to draw on it for you. Maybe a zombie version of your dog. Who knows? Stray Dogs #2 has a 4th print. That is the cover that you see right there. A little bit of 28 days later. #3, 4th, #4, 4th, #5, 2nd print, all on FOC on Monday. And from Marvel, you can see we've got Shang-Chi #1 and #2, both with second printings. No images for them. Again, FOC on Monday. Okay? That brings us to Who Does #2 Work For? This is a little segment where we like to highlight issue #2s. Again, #1 may have just come out this week. It might have come out last week. If you picked up a copy, if you had a chance to read it, if you enjoyed it, get a copy of 2. See where the story goes. If you didn't like it, that's cool. No harm, no foul. But this is your chance to tell us what you want, what you really, really want, so that we can have it for you in your hold slot when you come to pick up your books. From Black Mask, we just talked about the second print of #1. This is God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes #2. The embodiment of I don't know why. Just give me the solicit, man. I don't need a quote from Sci-Fi Wire about how this is the coolest comic book ever. Give me the info. While being vivisected by the Republic, that sucks. Tommy astrally projects into Outer City to search for Halfpipe, but instead he meets Bones, a fierce witch who reveals a new peril. That doesn't make any sense to me. Sounds cool, though. Cover by Anna Wychek, and it is $3.99. God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes #2. From Dark Horse, God, this one came out like a month ago, I think. Cyberpunk 2077, You Have My Word #2 of 4. With the death of her daughter embroiled in a network of dangerous cyberpunks and suspicious connection to a major corporation, Teresa returns to a life she had left behind, but Night City's grown larger and darker. To get some answers, she'll need an upgrade. Cover A on the far left is by Jesus Hervas. Cover B right here beside me is by Mattia De Lulis. $3.99 for either of those issue number 2 covers. Okay? From DC, speaking about... So, again, we had, 3 Scotty Young things, including him writing the Me You Love in the Dark. We got 3 Jorge things this week. You had Me You Love in the Dark. You had the Skybound X #1 second print. Now you've got Justice League Infinity #2 that he did the cover for, and that cover's amazing. 2 of 7. Across the globe, people begin to disappearing, replaced with different but similar individuals. So where is Superman, and who is this new monstrous Overman? In order to get to the bottom of what's happening, the Justice League will need to first take down the new villain, and what horrors are revealed in the Twisted Mirror Moon. Cover by our man, Jorge Corona. Again, he'll be here with his wife, Morgan Beam. Saturday, August 14th, Jen Hickman will be here. Steve Niles will be here. We're going to make posts about all this as soon as I get bios and headshots from everybody, but it's going to be a party, so don't miss out. You can have him sign that too. Send it off, get it graded. From Marvel this week, Sinister War #2 of 5, with a whole bunch of missing covers. Spidey's classic problem has been multiplied by 2, and you don't even know the half of it. 12 of Spider-Man's greatest villains are out for blood. Spider-Man's and each other's. Ock and Vulture make their big plays in this issue that are going to shake up New York City in ways you didn't think were possible. Main cover by Brian Hitch, I don't have an image for, so... Connecting variant over there on the far left by Mark Bagley. Handbook variant in the diamond thing. It said it's by Mark Bagley. That's not Mark Bagley. I don't know who that is. I think it's Pepe Larraz who did the other ones. That's a cool Rhino cover though. There's also a variant by Marcelo Ferreira. Don't have the image for that one. And then finally you've got Jeffrey Verege turning in a variant. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 covers, I have 3 of those, and I have to order this book on Monday. Thanks, Marvel. From X-Men. X-Men #2. #1 just hit the stands yesterday. Always bet on X. As threats hurtle towards Earth from all sides, the fearless X-Men fighting a seemingly unstoppable wave of annihilation. But even more dangerous threats lurk in the darkness, ready to strike in secret. Main cover on the far left there by Pepe Larraz. The Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage variant right here beside me by In-Hyuk Lee. There is also a trading card variant by Pepe Larraz that I don't have a cover for. Thanks, Marvel. $3.99, X-Men #2. From Titan Comics, Life is Strange Coming Home #2. A new story arc featuring backup strips with the first comic appearance of Alex Chen, lead character from the new game Life is Strange True Colors. Max's attempt to return home enters a thrilling new phase. A shocking discovery offers unexpected hope, and the epic cross-country trip with Chloe and Rachel reveals a new ally. Life is Strange Remastered Edition of Original Game Series is also set to be released in fall of 2021. That doesn't matter to me. Cover A on the far left is by Sloan Long. Cover B is by Claudia Leonardi. Cover C and D are both by Gretel Lusky. And then cover E is the Pride Month variant. A little late to the game on that one, since that was technically June Titan. Maybe it's different in the UK. Pride variant by Lisa Romboli. Those are all $5.99 for Life is Strange Coming Home #2. All right, kids. That's all of it. The last bit that we leave you with is the entire list of all of the things that are on FOC from all of the publishers. First up, we have all the DC books. These are all broken down based off of Lunar's DC FOC list. I don't have image codes or anything for that, but you can go to lunardistribution.com and you can click on right there on the landing page. They'll have images for all of this stuff. So if you have questions about what covers look like, you can check that out. Okay, all the DC stuff. Then we get everybody that is distributed through Diamond. So it's all broken down by publisher. You've got Boom, you've got Dark Horse, and Dynamite, and IDW, and Image, and Marvel, and everybody else. They just kind of lump everybody else in the comics and graphic novels header. But let's say, for example, you want to see what Sinister War #2 cover A looks like. All you have to do is come over here, grab this item code right there to the left of Sinister War #2 of 4, copy that sucker, open up a new web browser, paste that code right into the sorry, you can't see it, but it's up on the corner there, into your web browser of choice. The very first listing that's going to come up is the previewsworld.com listing for Sinister War number 2 of 4. Previewsworld.com is the consumer-facing side of Diamond Comics. So you can go there and look at all this stuff. We're going to click on this link right there. Oh, image coming soon. Hopefully it'll be ready by Monday, because that's when this book is on FOC. So, but you can do that at your leisure over the weekend. Let's try something else. Let's try the Wanted poster for Star Wars Bounty Hunters, because that's by David Nakayama. That should be pretty cool. Again, copy the item code, open up a browser of your choice, paste that item code right there into the web browser, hit enter. Bob's your uncle. Let's cross our fingers, say a prayer. Dang, 2 for 2. There's no image for War of the Bounty Hunters or Star Wars Bounty Hunters 15, the Wanted poster variant. Bummer, kids. Well, but that's what you do. That's how you use this list to your advantage. All day today. Today's Thursday. You've got all day Friday. You've got all day Saturday. You've got the morning on Sunday to get your DC stuff in. All day Sunday for everybody else. And then a little bit of Monday to get your Marvel, Boom, Dark Horse, Image, Dynamite, etc. order in. And we'll get it ordered for you. So that's how it works, kids. Thanks for watching the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you ring that little bell so that you get notifications when we post new videos. Not nude videos, new videos. Be safe out there. Come get your comic books, and we will be live tonight from 5 to 7 with the stream sale. We got a couple of awesome short boxes ready to rock your faces, so make sure you tune in there. I'm John. Have a good one.